It's your main man 360 the poet from the Morning Wood. And are you looking for the perfect drink? Well, you found it. Mimosa Royale is the perfect combination of California sparkling white wine and natural juice that is both tasty and refreshing. No artificial colors or flavors, no sugar added, and it's gluten-free. As the world's first ready-to-drink mimosa, Mimosa Royale is perfect for any occasion, day or night. You no longer have to drink 12 of those seltzers just to get that perfect buzz. At 8% alcohol, Mimosa Royale is the perfect drink to party with. Offered in a variety of flavors and sizes, you are bound to find a Mimosa Royale that you'll love. We have berry, mango, apple, and orange, with more flavors to come. Mimosa Royale is the most award-winning flavored wine that serves in bottles or cans. You can find them online at drinkmimosa.com or find them at your local liquor store. Ask for it by name. Mimosa Royale.
Keep your radio dial right here. You're locked into the hottest news station on the planet. Hot 702.5 in FM sound. Blazing today's hip-hop, R&B, and pop music. Keeping your radio on fire. Bringing you the hottest, realest, riskiest talk shows live 24/7 on hot1025fm.com.
What's going on, everybody? It's your main man 360 the poet from the Morning Wood, and I'm here to talk to you about the Sci-Fi Center. It's your Vegas home for science fiction, horror, and fantasy. From comic books, toys, and posters to movie screenings and live events, they've got you covered. Located at 900 Cameron Avenue, Suite B209, give them a call, 702-900-4335, or reach them at thescificenter.com.
Hey, what's up?
All your favorite artists.
Check it out.
Say my name.
DJ Khaled.
This is Mila J.
Bruno Mars.
On hot1025fm.com.
It's your girl, Miss Connie, coming to you every Wednesday at 5 p.m., discussing the levels of intimacy. What's your naked truth? Stay tuned in to stay turned on. See you at 5.
What's up, everybody? Happy Wednesday. Yes, it is another Wig on Wednesday, hump day, happy hour. It's your girl, Miss Connie LV, and it's about that time that we come on in here and have a good chat. So make sure you grab your beverage of choice, which preferably should be water at this point in life, because yeah, it's time to hydrate. Listen, and we got to have a clear mind. But before you do anything, make sure you click subscribe, follow, share, like, and leave a comment and let everybody know where we are, what we do every week about this time at 5 p.m. We're on YouTube, we are streaming on Facebook, TikTok. I'm gonna put you on the top shelf because y'all keep playing with me, okay? This freedom of speech thing is getting really real, okay? They can, but we can't. This is what I'm starting to notice here. But yeah, get on in here. Come, let's have a conversation, and I'm going to talk until they cut me all the way off. All right. Yes. Once again, everybody, welcome to Levels of Intimacy, the Naked Truth. Yeah, this is like a good September day. I definitely want to just give a shout out to my girl Fancy Teas and Things for the merch drop. I do have my good cup here with the water, and I swear this, if you having hot flashes, menopause, you need a cup that's gonna keep everything cold, okay? Even though cold water ain't good for you, you just got to have it. Listen, okay? But I'm not even about to keep starting talking about that M word because I don't want to hear people's mouths, okay, about real time what's happening. But yeah, listen, I got a lot to talk about here today. We had a replay last week, so I didn't get to touch on a lot of topics that I wanted to talk about. I would like, no, I'm not going to even say I would like. I'm going to talk about some level of politics. Understand that about me because I am an American. I live here. So everything that is happening anywhere is affecting us. If you think that something happening somewhere else is not affecting you, you are truly disconnected. You need to turn the station off and turn your mind on because everything from legislation to weather to global warming is affecting us at this point. I'm talking about the fruit, the vegetables, the wind, the clouds. Okay. I just had a conversation with somebody that's been here since 1998. Okay. And I asked her, I said, I've been here 20 plus years. I've never seen clouds in Vegas like this before. Have you, Chris? There was no clouds like this. Like this past 5-6 years, I was here for 8 months before it rained when I first moved here. No rain. Listen, she always wanted to bake me.
I'm not trying to. I was born and raised here. I mean, what intro would you like me to give? I'm there for you.
The naked truth.
Okay.
The naked truth
The naked truth is yes, clouds used to be here. That's the naked truth. Jeez.
I don't remember clouds. And I listen, if you follow me on TikTok, I need to post it on my other pages. I was down over my friend's house. Went outside to get something out of my car. There was one cloud.
And you came out and it was more. I mean, there's definitely cloud seeding. There's definitely chemtrails. There's definitely a lot of extra stuff going on.
Mm-hmm. You think it's spaceships shaped like clouds?
Sure. Well, we got a telescope, and
yeah, you see, it's like you can't listen. The frequency is you can't or hardly even reveal that you know some things right now. This level of media, y'all know I used to be on here.
I'm about to get canceled.
I know, that's what I'm saying. About. It was like I used to be all about social media. I used to be all about radio talking. Now I have to be very, 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 very careful about what I say. But how could that be if this show is the naked truth? Okay, so the naked truth is you playing in our faces. Okay, and we know something wrong. Me and my girl here, we some hardworking women, and I feel like we just tired for no apparent reason.
You know what though? I don't even work that hard.
Me
I'm tired, child.
I just feel like
I have been exhausted. Like go home. I'll finish whatever I'm doing for the day. Go home. Oh no, we'll go to dinner because I have not. I don't remember the last time I cooked, and we normally cook like a few times a week.
Okay.
I have not cooked.
And I've been cooking every other day. I am cooking.
I have not been cooking. We've been going out to dinner like a mofo. So.
And I thought that's why I was so sleepy because I was like, girl, I think you might be eating too much. Mm-hmm. Like I've been grubbing.
Yeah, I've been grubbing, but I just haven't had the energy to like even cook. My husband's like, I don't even feel like cooking either. So,
and it be the dishes, it be the put up. I don't care if you got a dishwasher or not.
Yeah,
you still gonna wash the dish. It's like that just ain't who we are.
Yeah.
Everything ain't going in the dishwasher.
Yeah, everything does go in the dishwasher, but I don't really be having that many dishes unless my husband cooks.
I'm saying if
every
cook,
dish in the house is being used. Okay, every single dish. All right,
right, yo. What is going on? Are they spraying something out here?
You know they are.
We got humidity, precipitation. Like what is happening? But then I can attest to it could be that 50s because I've never been here before, y'all.
None of us have been here before in many aspects of what this life is doing to us. Okay, we haven't been here with. Well, we've been here with this president before, but we haven't been here with the shenanigans that has been shenanigan this time around. Okay, this 47th president situation.
That's all you got to do. You just like what?
You can't even use Tylenol. You got to drink bleach.
Baby. Like you better not take a Tylenol. That's crazy. Drink bleach, but don't take Tylenol. I said, I think I was getting dressed when I heard that. And I was like, I'm getting ready to be late listening to this foolishness.
Tylenol said, y'all need to check out the Epstein files. Y'all. Listen.
Speaking of the Epstein files, I just told you, I said before the show, whoever is investigating the David case need to work for the FBI.
What do we know about that David case?
Patel. The Cash Patel needs to give his job to whoever the people are on TikTok who have investigated this whole man's timeline, every word. I mean, I watched a YouTuber today who literally was like, I went on Google Maps. I went to his house. I'm looking in this man's house. I'm looking at the camera. I'm like, this is really invasive. Mm-hmm. You know, like this is journalism at its best here. But, and I may be wrong because I have been once, not twice. I have been wrong. But it seemed like a setup to me.
To who?
Do you think this man really unalived this little girl?
Yes.
Do you? It just kind of don't make
that
sense.
Is just my opinion, okay? Because y'all know y'all don't like opinions on the internet these days.
Yeah, because it's like he sung about it. They said what 2-3 years prior.
The song in itself is it,
but that's like Machiavelli. So I said I had this conversation with somebody.
It was 2 years ago. He just the song posted this year. I thought
it did, but he made the song way before because. But then I did just hear that he had a lookalike because she was 11.
A lookalike.
That they were saying he was on the road with a girl that looked like the girl, so people wouldn't realize that he was with a kid. But speaking of that, like let's get into this for real because
so David, for those who don't know, so David is. He originally was a Twitch streamer, right? And then somehow he ended up trying to make background music for his live streams, which is how he ended up doing music. And then he ended up writing songs. So then he became a
very deep, dark music.
Then, I don't know. I ain't listened to all of them. I've only listened to the ones we've seen on TikTok.
But that's the one I seen, and everybody at the concert had on a bloody shirt.
Listen, like, he showed how to make it, and I wonder if he showed how to make it on his stream. So I wonder if it was that girl's blood.
Oh my God!
Because he said
like tie dyeing, like how when you tie dye.
But he had it on his hand. He had like the blood on his hands. He was rubbing it on the shirt. This is what you do. This is how we make the shirt, whatever. And I'm like, dude, that's probably that girl's blood.
And then they saying the boyfriend is missing because allegedly she was cheating. So there was another guy that's involved that has been unalived that this young lady was dealing with as well. And I'm like, 11-year-old, you was getting all these relationships and away from out. Where's your parents at? Like, I'm gonna need for these parents to really, really step up. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's just like, I had a conversation with my homegirl and I went over her house. She's a single, successful woman. She just bought a fourplex and, you know, it's in a neighborhood that you normally wouldn't, you know, choose to live at her level. But it was such a humbling experience because there's so many kids around there. And these kids are the type of kids where people have a lot to say about them. Like, oh my God, girl. But then you got to really sit back and really watch what's going on. And these children aren't being parented. But so my girl been down there 4 years. So when I went over her house the other day, we went to do a little bit of content together. She has poster boards in her door of spelling words, math problems. And I said, well, now look at here. Look at Granny, you know. So she was like, girl, listen, I'm rewarding these children. They have to make a story out of these words. They have to know how to multiply. They know how to. And it was just so beautiful just being a mother and a grandmother. I appreciated that. And I was like, look at you. You know, this is proof that you don't have to birth children to be a mother. And just because you birth children does not make you a mother. Okay. Like, seriously. Because now these little kids was throwing rocks year 1. Okay. Busting windows. Year 2,
they don't have nothing to do.
Exactly. And that's what I told her. I said, these babies don't have no toys. You know what I'm saying? So we got to figure out. I said, listen, pay them kids to pick up them little rocks and, you know, and move the trash around. They'll work. They started. Then she started, you know, rewarding them. Now they are freaking blackwashed. Okay. They like, Miss Nina, it's a lady back there in the back. She doing this, she doing that. So she tells me the kids come and tell her that it's a lady back there. And it seems as if there may have been some drug activity and she was, you know, doing whatever needed to be done to get what needed to get done. But these kids witnessed all this. I don't even know what they're like.
I need the details. Because I don't know. Understand.
So what that the children, means. It seems as if they may have witnessed a transaction.
Okay, and you're talking about like it could be like a sexual transaction,
right? Okay. A sexual look, I don't know, right?
Get whatever she needed,
but she was naked.
In terms of possibility, allegedly,
and
some
these
drugs.
Yeah, so these kids are between the age of 9 and 14. So it's like they're laughing and looking while this lady is back here literally performing acts in front of these children. But the fact that the wall is 4 feet high and the people didn't put a board and climbed over in between some crates or whatever. And my girl, she was like, so I'm just like, immediately she's the property owner, and she like, what type of foolishness is this? Then she's like, oh my God, these kids have been exposed to this. Like, how do I explain this to them? And then she was like, but this
why does she have to explain that?
So that's what she said. So no, this is us having a conversation. She was like, girl, so now I'm thinking like, oh my God, let me explain what's going on. This is not love. And I was like, girl, okay, listen. She said, so she goes and tells the mom, like, hey, such and such, this was happening over here. I just want to be careful because anything could happen. These kids could be kidnapped. Immediately, she says the girl mother was like, well, what did you have your ASS over there doing? And the other kid was like, oh, were they dating? And she like, dating?
Well, who's dating?
The kids. So is this a little spot? You know what I'm saying? That was occupied at the key, and I was like,
going over there humping.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. But these kids doing a lot. Our generation humped
with the clothes on.
Okay. At 11 years old, you literally leaving, going with a singer on the road in a double relationship and being found in the truck of a car. You know what I'm saying? So the game has changed. So I remember that show.
I don't know if it's changed. Little girls,
11? No, I was running home before the lights came on.
Grown men for us.
That's what I'm saying.
Grown men been picking up girls from junior high school.
But it's the parents.
And their parents were picked up from junior high school, taken to places, which is why this is happening. Which is why it's okay.
I'm trying to figure it out.
I was the first child in the family, so they wouldn't let me do nothing. I was just talking to my brother about that the other day because they were talking about how because they had cousins their age, but I didn't have any cousins my age except for one, and we weren't allowed. They was like, oh, we rode the bus to go to the movies, and
I never have rode the bus.
I rode the bus. One time my mom took us on the bus and she said, hey, I want to take y'all on the bus to show you, how to do this. We ain't never ride the bus. Mm-mm. We went to a movie. We went to the bus stop, parked the car, got on the bus, went to the movie, got back on the bus, went back to the car.
Oh, just to have the experience.
Yeah.
Okay.
She wanted us to just, understand what happens on the bus or whatever. But I never rode a bus.
And I remember being a young girl watching.
But kids who have other cousins like that, they want to have that freedom, and that's fine. Just take me to the movies. I don't want to ride the bus. Okay?
No, I remember my grandbaby's mother was like, so not gonna ride the bus to school. She had moved east and thought that my grandbaby was gonna ride the Lake Mead bus. I said, no, ma'am.
Like what like the
RTC?
Yeah, school bus.
No, the bus and be at a corner at 6 a.m. I said, no, ma'am. So I don't even know how to get. No, she's too so sheltered. And I was saying that to my son, like, it's almost like we don't want to do these things, but you almost gotta make sure that they do have some life skills. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And I'm always in the car, like, look, get off the phone, look up, look at these streets, know where we're going. Somebody could literally pick you up, take you in 4 circles, and drop you off, and you don't even know you literally right here by the house because you haven't paid attention to your surroundings. But not now. I'm thinking she might be a little better.
I think that kids have a different experience. So the kids being, maybe humping, whatever they was doing, it's a lot of exposure. But some of us may have had that exposure, and I never had that exposure, so I don't know what it's like to be in that environment, or if it's just normal.
Right. So going back to that, which is what I say, that when are we having these conversations with our children about the predator, about sex, about love, lust, touch?
I mean, you should have them early. I mean, my mom had them early. My mom was very vocal about.
What's early?
I don't know. Probably might have been like 3 or 4. Like
and that's what I'm telling people. That's when you start.
Always was very open about talking about sex.
Yes.
Or if I wanted to ask her a question or something like that. But I think that a lot of people they're afraid to have that conversation.
It's so crazy. It's so crazy because finishing that story, when my girl said when she went and told her mother, the first thing, she attacked her like, I know you better not be back there with no boy. Now you can't never go back outside. You ain't going outside. And it's like, yo, that's not how we handle this.
But that's maybe her own trauma response.
Yeah, and that's what I told her. She was like, listen, I'm going to talk. I'm going to have some resources. These kids need to. I said, well, honey, you could take these kids out on a field trip all day and they have the time of their life. But when they get back in that house, they be like, I know you don't think you all that because Miss Nina done took you down there. You better get your raggedy whoop, wop, wop, wop. Because I know these kind of people. And it's like, yo, why are you talking, why are you projecting? Why are you dealing? And now it's just
that's because they don't know how to navigate it. But the problem is that their parents are not in a position to change their behavior. And it's unfortunate. Like you could recognize when you too aggressive, right? You know when you talking too loud or too whatever, you know, and you know how maybe your granddaughter responds and she's maybe she's quiet or something, right? So you know at that point, okay, I gotta you talk to them differently, and you can adjust to it. But these people can't.
Yeah,
they just that's the only response they know.
That's crazy. So what do we do?
I mean, you can only suggest therapy. Like, it's nothing. What can we do? We can only we can only present our own examples. We can only suggest therapy, but people don't take it.
It's got to be something else too, though, before they get there. I mean, another little girl just had a baby, threw the baby in the dumpster. I was crying all day about that.
When we were little too.
I know, but I'm just like, girl, where is the fire department at?
Right, but do they know they could take them to the fire department? That's the thing. Do they
so
know
why?
That?
Okay, so do we need to be this and have this in school? Do we need to have a workshop?
They need to have sex. It's serious.
Why
sex
don't
ed.
they have sex ed? Can somebody please call 702-551-5261? That is a part of any administration school district. Why are these children not learning about sex education?
Why they don't want to talk about any type of sexuality in school or Black, history? So you tell me why, okay? And do we really need to say why, or we know who is the reason?
Well,
because we used to have sex ed.
Well, maybe it's coming back because today he just signed a bill. Corporal punishment is coming back to the school. So I know Mr. Porter, rest in peace, love you to death, but Mr. Porter and Mr. Hubbard beat my behind all through 8th grade.
Consent, or like, how does that work?
I think when she filled out my lunch card or something, it said I could whip her ass or something because I got paddled every other day. And really, you know what? I used to get in trouble and have to go to in-school suspension. And if you wanted to get out of in-school suspension, you would have to get a paddle or like some type of paddling or something. But I used to get paddled a lot. I don't know. Like,
you got a smart ass mouth.
I think so. I think so. I think that may have been what it was. But then, like you said, coming out of dealing with my situation, you know what I'm saying, and my mom, and just, you know what I'm saying, I think by that age, my mom was single, but I think she was divorced. Was that her second divorce? First? Because my mom been married like 2-3 times. But yeah, I don't know. But I just know that if you hit somebody's kid, you better be able to fight because these mamas. I was reading the comments when they was like, you put your hands on my baby, I'm going to be outside at 4 p.m. And I was like, well, I thought school would get out at like 2:33. Right. They was like, I'm going to be outside waiting on you. But it's like, if there were more corporal punishment, would we have less school shootings? Would these children be more disciplined?
No.
No?
No. What do you think?
I'm trying to figure it out.
The kids at school with that,
because I don't think they have.
Now they're gonna be bullied. Because
if I watch your kids,
teachers, they're gonna be bullied by the teachers and the kids, and then now they go feel.
I tell people, if I'm like, hey, I don't mind watching your children, but if they get out of pocket and I gotta handle them, they gonna get wrangled.
Handle them. That means you put your hands on them.
Out.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not with the putting hands on kids.
I don't have to, but I always say that just in case.
I picked up my nephew from school the other day. He did something at school. Somebody hit him. He hit their ass back.
You better.
Okay, so we was having a conversation, and in the conversation, he was like, "Are you gonna give me a whooping?" And I was like,
"No."
I was like, have I ever given you a whooping? I was like, we gonna talk this out. Like, let's figure out what's going on. What happened? Tell us what's going on or whatever. Tell me, because I picked him up, so he hadn't even seen his dad yet. So I'm just thinking to myself, like, this kid really I ain't never really with this kid before.
But why did he ask?
But he asked because the boy, so in going into the story, the boy said, "Oh, is your dad gonna give you a whooping?" So I'm like, the kid asked you if you were going to get in trouble by your dad. He got clear parents, but he is not.
Okay.
So I'm like, so he tried to get you in trouble. I'm like, so this kid tried to get you in trouble and then asked you if your dad was going to whoop you. Like, what? I'm like,
why did he hit him?
They were playing because he a weirdo.
Mm-hmm. And see, he thought the baby was He took that kindness for a weakness.
Well, the thing is that my nephew is bigger than everybody in the class. So he's tall.
So he's the gentle giant, though.
He's tall, but he's a fun kid.
Right.
But this kid just like beat Adam. But this time, he had time. He had time that day.
Yeah, and we gonna reward them. Where is Superfly Dragon at? We gotta teach these kids how to fight out here.
I think that they don't need to be fighting.
I don't know.
None of them need to be fighting, but.
We're not fighting, but I think we all need to have protection mode.
Yeah. Karate and all. They got all of these things.
Man, I ain't gonna talk about that karate story.
They don't fight like we fight in the street. Like we used to fight in the streets. Like they don't fight like that.
Yeah, they do.
I got the little kids. They're not fighting like that. These kids are second grade.
Man, I'm gonna have to start sending you some.
No, you talking about junior high school?
No, I'm not.
Who the hell elementary kids fighting like that?
Yo, these kids bad. Yo, these kids is in survival mode for real. Speaking of kids, did you know out of this whole Ukrainian war that there are 30,000 kids that have been put in foster care and displaced from their parents? When I heard that number today, I was like, what in the...
when it comes to that war... It's kind of hard to report on it because some things
it is a little bit sensationalism.
A lot of things are debunked, and they say things are not true or they are true.
It is a little yellow jacket journalism going on.
It's just like, what's really going on?
And I'm just like, what else is there to burn down?
What? Or is it being burned down? These are the questions that's really happening right now. And I'm not for the war in any way. But some ain't adding. The math not mathing.
The math ain't mathing. Well, did you hear about the meetup with the UN and Putin?
I mean, well, they're having a UN meeting in New York right now.
Yeah, they are.
Is it?
And
Jersey?
how Donald Trump was mad that Putin had it waiting for 30 minutes and then showed up and went to speak first before him when he was supposed to, and they was just like, and so I listened to this right wing radio, and he was like, well, what did Trump do? Well, of course he didn't do anything because he was just like, he doesn't even know that he's being disrespected. I said, oh God.
Yo,
he just
this
like
dude be making up stuff and just saying it. He literally be making up stuff. For real. He'd be like, Tylenol.
I think it's a distraction.
Listen, bring out the Epstein files. Okay, that's what we need to continue to say every time.
Put Cash Patel up. Where? And now he was another streamer.
Listen, it's a lot of things going on here, and one thing we need to focus on is release the Epstein files. That's what we need to focus on, because the problem with that is that his own following are madly concerned about those files because he told them that he wasn't in the files. He told them he ain't got nothing to do with it. Now they're over there like, what's really going on, sir?
Hey, listen. Well, that's why there was YouTube. I'm almost about to pay the YouTube subscription because, listen, these influencers, they got all the information. So some of the files were sold. So some pictures have been released where they literally, did you see the one allegedly where Epstein had the crown on, the king, and then like the chess pieces and the girls? How they had the girls in the stands posing.
I don't remember.
Oh yeah,
I've seen a lot of things, and I don't think that any of them are not real. I mean, but that's just my thoughts and my opinions.
Listen,
I don't think he gone to be with up yonder. I don't think he gone. I think he's still here.
It's just crazy. It's just crazy how much they say the Democrats have stolen. But before, I think when Obama was in office, we were like $7 trillion in debt. Now we are what, $37 trillion in debt. Who's got the money?
The problem is that we need to have some consistency in the way that we vote, because what happens is that we get a Republican in office, they go spend, take away, lose jobs, blah blah blah. Then Democrat, who is essentially supposed to be for the people, whether it be poor or middle class, they come, they try to fix. They only got 8 years. They try to fix what they can, and then we go and vote in another Republican. So we don't have time to we don't have that extra time. So y'all gotta pick a side so we can go with it.
Yeah, it's like a mommy makeover. You can't get your breasts done and a butt transfer and lipo.
Why not? I thought that's how it works.
No, that's how you have. That's when you're the finest person in the funeral. No, that you cannot be doing all of this stuff.
Not the finest person. That's good. You gave that to the right person.
Yeah, okay. That's right. Listen, want to be the finest one in the funeral home? Like, hey, go have all of these procedures done at the same damn time.
Give y'all a discount for the finest one in the funeral home.
Hello. Okay, when you can't even trust your pharmacist, when they telling you don't take Tylenol and drink bleach, you better listen. On a lighter note, shout out to Kaepernick. He is paying for the Trey Reed's funeral, which is allegedly. Okay,
because I haven't heard him say that.
Oh, I read an article. Well, it was last week too. Yeah. And then I seen something again today, so that's why I really wanted to bring it back up. But that's just foolishness. Like, how do you unalive yourself like in that manner and break your legs and arms? Places. Yeah.
You know what? We need to put out Mississippi Burning again. Run that back.
That girl, you just made my don't make me take off the hat with the wig fall off, because that was one movie when I literally think that was the last like really theater movie that I seen, because I lost my mind in there. I could not handle that. Like, I was going crazy in the theater, and I think that was like, I realized like, yo, the surroundings, the darkness, all this is happening. I can't take it. I don't know. And I mean, it's happening. We don't got to bring out the Mississippi Burning. How about let's make a movie about the Houston serial killer, allegedly? You see all these people they just found in Houston? They just keep finding people. They done found about 14 people.
And what's going on with them?
That's what we're trying to figure out.
Like how are they finding? Like, is it consistent? Like,
yeah. Well, they went looking for one person and ended up finding 4.
Like, did they have like a?
It was a student missing.
Right, but I'm saying, like, how do they know they're linked?
I think it's like the same area. I don't want to give a lot of detail because I was looking at that. I know about the 4 were found in a body of water, a surrounding body of water. And it's like, wait a minute. We were looking for one person. Then they found them. They was like, oh, and they was like, well, that's not who we were looking for. You know, and then these people have been missing for, you know, a set amount of time. And I
just wonder what how they're linked. Like, why? Like,
why are they saying it's a serial killer?
Yeah.
I think it's
like the way. Is it the way? Did they leave a mark? Like, what makes them? I just want to know. Like,
I think well, the one girl who was kind of doing a little reporting on it, it's women, black women, around the same age, same lifestyle. You know, it's kind of like
lifestyle.
Just, you know, out and about, you know, just party people. Like, you go out and you never come back in. You know, like you unalive on a good party night and nobody ever sees you again, or you were at school and you went out and never returned to class, you know. And then I'm like, why aren't the universities, you know, even with the Trey Reed, I think it's been like three different incidents in Mississippi. For some reason, Trey Reed is just like, you know, we hearing it.
Well, because we had to put it out there.
Exactly.
Yeah. I mean, but listen, I don't know. Listen, we in a race war right now.
Listen.
And this is not alleged. Okay.
Listen.
It is real. And I have put myself, and I know we were talking about before we went on air, but we were talking about how, like, white people canceling people, okay? And if you say something, like, they're bold enough to respond and say some ridiculous things. Like, I think, you know what? Maybe that's why we drained. This man that got shot. Yeah. They done got all of these stories. We all
But you know they reference him as Jesus Christ, allegedly.
Right.
They like, first it was Martin Luther King. Then I heard Jesus Christ. I said, huh? I said, I'm dead. I can't take. I'm tired. Stop talking to me.
But
and of course we don't want anybody to be.
So, but what's been happening is that we're reading about this situation because a lot of people are not familiar with this guy, right? So they're learning about him. They're learning about the things that he said before. They're learning about his following, and then now this happens to him, which no one should be unalived.
No one,
right?
Yeah.
And so I'm not condoning any of that. square up. If you got a problem, square up. That's how we go. I mean, that's how we should be going down. We really don't need to be.
I'm just saying, it just seems suspicious.
And that's what Candace Owens said.
It's hard. The ear pop. The sniper, the one. I'm like,
I was watching this video. Damn it. Do I say this? I was watching this video, and it's on TikTok, and it shows this person being shot and their ring moving to a different finger. And so they're saying, how on AI, that it's always something weird with the hands.
It's always something weird with the hands. That's how I can tell when stuff is AI. What?
That's what I'm saying. That's what they're saying. I'm gonna show it to you when we finish.
Oh yeah, that
they're saying that the ring went from the
great disguise, the cover up.
Yeah, so they're saying the ring went from the ring finger to the pinky finger, which it did on the video.
And I saw the face change. One was a little bit more masculine, a little bit more.
I don't know how you look when you get, pew-pewed in the neck. I don't know how that looks. I don't know how your face look. I don't be looking. Okay. I don't know how that looks.
What
I'm saying is I don't know if your face changes if that something like that happens. But what I did know is the video that I saw about the ring movement. I was like, and then also too, there was the gentleman behind
doing them finger motions. I saw that where he was like,
right, but he could have had what they said 3D. It's so much going on. I don't know where we.
First of all, let's just talk about 6 police on deck for a whole convention like this. Why don't white crime has to stop?
That's why I don't white crime. I've been trying to mind my business with that. I've been really quiet about this, not only because I don't want to get canceled, okay, because they was really trying to come.
No, they canceled me because I said something about it. I literally said what you said. I was on TikTok first of all, who we looking for? Because there's no way that we could perform this level of a task. Climb down a tree, drop a gun, run, get in the car, stop at McDonald's, supersize, go home, and watch the incident on TV. Scale down a bit. Allegedly.
You got to use the right words. That's why.
Well, they canceling me. Now, gonna wait. Listen.
They canceling me everywhere. But the thing is that I think what's happening is that there's nothing okay about this man being pew-pewed.
Nothing,
right? There's nothing about it.
Especially young in front of his children.
Yeah, that's tragic. You know, and the problem is, it's we're not saying that's okay. No. We're saying what people are acknowledging.
We don't got nothing to do with it.
This is white on white crime.
We ain't got nothing to do with it.
So what it is that we're just acknowledging the things that we learned he said after this happened. So should we be empathetic? That's what, that's the question. He says, something, why should he have empathy about certain things, whatever? And we are saying, okay, so do we agree with this?
And I think it's got a lot to do with the freedom of speech. So we appreciate you having your opinion and speaking. And he's back.
He back, but he over there apologizing and crying and stuff on the dang.
Yeah.
Jimmy. Look in the camera, tell Jimmy Kimmel something.
Jimmy, you could be your own channel like Don Lemon, Jasmine Crawford.
Who is Jasmine Crawford?
I mean, not Jasmine Crawford.
You have to start over. Do over. We rewind.
This really is water. I got to mix up with Jasmine Sullivan.
I thought that's where he was going to go.
I did too.
I'm like, dude, Jimmy Kimmel don't need. I understand you want to make bread. I'm sure he's making a significant amount of bread. But even you're saying Don Lemon, right?
Yeah.
He just hit.
Man, Don Lemon killing it.
He's on his way.
Yeah.
Okay, he got 500,000 people, right? Freedom to say and do whatever and report on whatever he wants to, and I'm sure that it's definitely a significant pay cut. But I've learned being in corporate America for so long. In 2015, when I said to myself, I do not want to work for anyone in a full-time capacity ever again in my life. I was making $250,000 a year in corporate America with a company car, traveling whenever I wanted to.
Being micromanaged though, because you still got to answer to something.
I had to wait for someone to send me a check,
right?
Or I had to go to a meeting here and there. My job was significantly easy. Okay,
so why did you leave?
Because there was a point where I was like, I have to wait on these people to give me my check.
Yep.
And I'm like,
mindset.
And I just thought to myself, I thought that shit to myself. I remember I was in Kansas City and I got a deposit. And I was like, dang, why they pay me this much? Like, I literally take out, party, do some marketing. I travel. I leave leave work, travel from Kansas City to go to Dallas, turn up. I'm living about best life. Okay. I'm not doing anything really. It's easy peasy. But this one day, I remember I was sitting in Kansas City in a meeting. I got a deposit and I said, why they pay me this much? And then I said, if they're paying me this much, how much money are
you really worth?
How much money are they making off of me?
Yep.
And that day, I said, I am transitioning myself out of here. And I did. And it's freeing. It's definitely tough to, become an entrepreneur, especially when you used to making a certain amount of money or whatever. You have to figure out how to make that again. But I think that's for non-limit. It's like the freedom. I can say what I want. Y'all want to cancel?
Listen, Don Lemon be cleaning sleep out his eyes. Like, hold on, y'all. Hold on. Let me get my hat. Let me get my stuff.
I got to report.
He got endorsements. He like, listen, I just woke up, but I got some news. Listen, tapping, and and I think it's more personable, not so stiff, not so biased. And he's able to really engage with the audience as opposed to a teleprompter giving him words to say, and you know what I'm saying, not being able to engage. He was reporting
on that Diddy trial, like,
listen
I was here for it.
Yeah.
So but shout out to people who understand that they're, and I'm gonna get these t-shirts made, by the way, so don't be trying to steal
my t-shirts coming.
So I'm getting some shirts made about how free speech is not free.
No, it's not.
It's crazy out here. Y'all be careful, because this white on white crime is turning into white on black crime.
Yeah, it is.
And harassment, and it's like you don't even, I don't know if I feel,
it's demonic almost.
I don't even know.
It's a lot of demon energy out here right now. It's a lot. There, taking religion out. I'm not for all religions, but definitely you can know God, but if you don't have a fear of a higher power,
why do you have to have a fear?
Respect.
I never really understood that. So that's gonna be a debate between me and you. Why am I gonna fear somebody who's supposed to love me unconditionally or
it's kind of like a know better, do better. Not a fear like you afraid he gonna take you out. Just the fear of God. Yeah, it's just
why do I have to be God fearing?
I really find him very attractive, but I don't want to sleep with someone because that's his husband, because I do know that committing adultery is a sin. So it's almost like nobody is going to know.
Committing adultery is also a lack of integrity.
But it is what I'm saying.
Beyond your religion.
Right. But some people don't have integrity but got religion. You know what I'm saying?
Then don't go together. Okay. Don't go together. If you decide you want to sleep with somebody's man who's a married man, or if he decides to sleep with you.
Yeah, you definitely disrespect, and I say that. And I do know some friends.
You're disrespecting yourself.
So listen, between Donald Trump, the algorithm, and a few homegirls who I know that's out here sleazing themselves out for a bag, girl, get
the bag yourself.
Yeah. So I just got cussed out the other day. They were like, I hate to tell you stuff because you always, and I'm like, don't call me with this because I do have morals and values. I don't move like that. I'm not the friend that you call and tell some crazy stuff to. Now, I'm here for the story if you need to purchase some lube, because I am your bedroom boutique consultant. Whether you love it on yourself or somebody else.
You can only sell lube to people with integrity.
No, not really. Listen, hold on. Don't cut my check.
But I mean, like, I don't know. People lack integrity in many different aspects, and I don't think
and self-respect.
It does not have to be tied to religion. Your religion does not have to be tied to your integrity. Like, they can be separate and still one and the same. Okay, because why are you doing that? You know?
Yeah, and I'm gonna tell you something, and that's so funny because I was saying this to my homegirl. Like, I'm literally watching this lady, you know, of another ethnicity, and I have these private conversations. But for me to go on a platform, sit on a yoga ball, and thrust and show you how to straddle and ride, I could do that. I got a skill set, but it's like I'm not brave enough to go on here and thrust a ball, and you know what I'm saying? And my homegirl was like, why not, Connie? And I was like, I think it's my mother.
No, it's your Jehovah's Witness.
I'm not a Jehovah's Witness.
Upbringing, right?
Right, because my mother always be like, don't tell nobody.
Because I did like a whole study on this one time. I actually did a whole series on it about, I forgot what I titled it. It was basically about how
spiritual warfare.
No, it wasn't that. It was just, it was more about like, things that you learn in church not to do. Like I didn't have intercourse until I was like in college, almost a junior in college, right? Because in my head I'm like, you know, I'm the oldest too, so I'm the first one. I don't want them to think, you know, I want my little cousins, my brother, sister, you know, to try to follow in this footstep. And then also too, I'm in a choir, and you know, I can't.
They gonna know I'm doing it.
And then so I think that happens. It carries over to when you get into relationships, because you're not as open to, you know, certain sexual things.
That's
because
real.
You're like you're like, oh, am I supposed to do that? And it's in your brain.
Yeah.
So, you know, I don't know. It's just so much.
It's crazy too, because I was in a relationship. I mean, we was in love. We had a healthy sexual relationship, and I remember being at a point where I was like, stop. I was like, whoa. This is getting sticky. I was like, oh God, hold on. I think I read about this. This is not.
Yeah, and this thing is, it's in your brain. It's in your brain to think that these things are not right.
Yeah.
Even though this is your partner, you know. So like for me, I was like, oh, I don't want to have sex till I get married. And then so I did end up having intercourse when I was in college, but then I didn't, and then I got married young.
We heard about him a couple of shows ago.
Right, but my problem was I waited. I wanted to wait until we got married to have sex.
But you don't regret that.
Yes, I do.
Do you?
Yeah, because I would have known in advance that it wasn't giving what it was supposed to give.
And then, you know what? I know a lot of people. Like, I talk to a lot of women who have been in these long relationships, like 20, 30 years, and they haven't had sex in like 7 years with their husbands. And it's so crazy to me.
I mean, but that could be a series of things. It could be a series of things. I don't know. It could be medical things. It could be
okay. Well, they're not being intimate.
Be postpartum. It could be.
I don't care. Let's figure that out in 7 days, not 7 years.
Yes, but that's not how it works for everyone.
Listen, you better suck a titty or a toe, okay, before I let you go.
But I don't know. I don't know what that's like. So I don't. That's why I don't really talk on it about it, because I'm like, I don't know what types of. I know what experiences that I've had with medical situations, or you know, in the past, like maybe being depressed and not really wanting to do anything.
Find your Chinese herbalist. They got a tea for it.
Yeah, but that's not really. It's not. I don't think that's how it works for everyone. I'm saying everyone has their.
Start there in year 7.
Start at therapy, because maybe you can find out what it is. Maybe you're depressed and you don't have any, estrogen or testosterone, or maybe something's going on hormonally, or it could be a series of things.
Because I don't want it.
You don't want what?
I just ain't even.
Yeah, you need to find a partner, a good one.
I do know.
That's it. You don't have to give it to everybody.
I ain't got nothing to give. But then I told my mama, I said, I'm telling you, I had my leg out the car for that minute. It got stiff. I said, hold on. I think I might need some action. I better get on the ball, 1 or 2. Huh?
Oh my gosh. Or you can just wait until you find him.
I have been waiting. I've been in full menopause now for a year and a half.
What's menopause got to do with you waiting?
No, because I thought it was like, listen, every woman in my family has a late in life baby. All of my mother's sisters, they all have a 30-year-old and a 1-year-old. Mm-hmm. It wasn't going to be me. No, I'm telling you, listen, I got some good organic eggs over here. They just not about to be scrambled. Okay, we're not having no hens, no beans. no sloppers, none of that.
So you decided you wasn't going
to
date because you didn't want to have
because I was in
a
a little situation and I was like living my best life, and my homegirl, she was like, you sure is skip the loo in a lot, and I was like, girl, you know what, the menopause is, nothing is happening anymore, and she was like, girl,
well, yeah, you can still get
she
pregnant.
was like, are you pregnant? And I was like, I can't, I'm going through menopause. She was like, have you checked? And I was like, why would I be pregnant? She was like, stupid. If you and I swear it was like,
okay, so
I'm
you're
I'm scared.
You're not connecting because you're fearful
I know.
of having. I mean, but you can't control that to some aspect.
No, because I'm gonna end up being Cardi B. I'm gonna have a baby. Shout out to you, Cardi B. They so mad at you.
Cardi B said
my kids is going to live exactly the way they have been living. It don't matter who the daddy is, because they mama got the bag. Shout out to you, Cardi B. She said, am I the drama? I love it. I'm telling you, start shit when you're pregnant, when they can't.
It's the rumors surrounding that's concerning. And not really concerning. It's just like.
What rumors?
I mean, okay, well, she addressed some of them on her live. So one of the rumors is that he also has her baby daddy, has another baby that just was born or something, or pregnant. I don't remember the whole story. So, So there's another baby in question. She's like, oh, well, it's both our baby daddy dead. Cardi B is hilarious.
Yeah, no, because it's like, I don't got time.
She's like, it's both our baby daddy.
This man been cheating on her the whole pregnancy. Everybody was attacking her.
The next one is that there is this guy named Chris.
I know.
And that's it, because I love Cardi B.
Yeah. It is. Listen, I just
hope that Cardi B finds love and happiness. Because she's freaking authentically
amazing
herself.
Yeah, and from day one.
Freaking hilarious, yo.
I love
and she's
Cardi
hilarious
B.
without trying to be hilarious. She just herself. I love that.
Yeah, she raw. She the naked truth. Cardi B.
She is.
Listen, I know I ain't gotta come talk to me. Cardi B, you are the naked truth. Everybody tag Cardi B. Tell her to come and have a conversation. And you know who else I want to give a shout out to before the show ends is Alexis Sky. Do your thing, girl. Like, just to hear these backstories and Carlos King, him stepping away and having his interviews with her and her telling her story about.
What happened with Alexis King?
Oh my God.
I have not been in the news.
Yeah, it's not even the news.
I've only been in the right.
No, and I start taking your advice, listening to these different podcasts, because I never used to listen to podcasts before I came on here.
To you,
yeah, and it basically, real quick, it just said how she grew up in a good household. She had her parents, nurses, doctor, all educated. She got off the beaten path. She went out. She was cute. She danced. She got human trafficked. She was in situations. She got with Fetty Wap. Fetty Wap was good to her. She ended up cheating because he was cheating. She had a baby. The baby has cerebral palsy, and she didn't realize that it wasn't Fetty Wap's baby, but everybody attacked her and was like, oh, and she was like, they still in love, they love each other and they support each other. She was like, I've never lied and said anything. He knew on our breakup that I had I spent the block and end up having a child, but it just was saying now she has, an insurance tax company, just showing how a bad situation. Yeah. And it's like everybody always want to come for her on the negative, but it's so much positive.
I'm familiar with her, but
I wasn't either. I didn't really know about Alexis Scott. I knew more about Masika. So, you know what I'm saying? And that was just funny just from that, watching that stupid show years ago. And I haven't watched it, but I like Carlos King. I like how he interviews. So, that's how I ended up watching her. But listen, it's history, herstory, and hostery. Okay? What's your whole story? It's your girl, Miss Connie. It's the naked truth. Okay? It's okay. As long as you come out of that. What you do with the money? Buy a whole insurance policy, get rich, buy some real estate, and live your best life. And let me tell you something, ladies. You are the most powerful thing on this earth. Don't let him tell you differently. I'll see you guys next week. Thank you. Hopefully they don't cancel me. But if they do, go back and watch the rerun shows. I need those numbers to go up. Have a great day.
Keep your radio dial right here. You're locked into the hottest news station on the planet. High 702.5 in FM sound. Blazing today's hip hop, R&B, and pop music. Keeping your radio on fire. Bringing you the hottest, realest, riskiest talk shows live 24/7 on high 702.5fm.com.